I'm Katie McManus, business strategist and leadership coach, and I am here today. And I'm so excited about this conversation with Jen Russman. Is it Russman or Russman?
Oh my God, it's Russman. I had somebody they had an accent and they were calling me Russman, Jennifer Russman. Like, it sounds really fancy, but it's not.
Jen Russman. Jen, can you please describe what it is that you do and like the magical way you do it?
Oh, Katie, we only have 30 minutes to try to explain energy work. Come on, girl. Yeah, absolutely. So, in a nutshell, in an energetic nutshell, I work with emotions as energy. Yeah. And so emotions, when you think of the word, like look at the word emotion, break it up, E-motion. So all of our emotions are energy in motion. And what happens is they oftentimes become, when they're suppressed and not processed, they become lodged and stuck and become stagnant energy in the body. So I do a lot of energy work with emotions and releasing them out of the body to open us up for the flow. And I really call it release to receive. We have to release in order to receive and call in what it is that we desire to manifest and co-create for ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I mean is a part of growing a business that is critical. You can't jump over that part. If you have blocks in you, it's so hard to move past and to actually grow into something that's going to be profitable and successful and make you happy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And, for me, a lot of my clients come to me because a lot of them are like me. They have trauma in their background. And like when I decided to go online, I'm going to go start a business and get online and be like everybody else. Right. And so I got online. I'm like, this is going to be cool. And then all of a sudden my body was like, whoa, no, girlfriend, you go, fine. I'm staying right here. Like, ain't having it. PTSD kicked in, said, no, we're not going there. You have fun. And so I really, joking aside, I really, one of my greatest struggles was visibility and being seen and heard. And I know that's a huge one for a lot of people going out there to start their businesses and be online.
Yeah. Yeah. And it shows up in different ways. I know, I was talking for a really, really long time about launching a group program, because I was working with one-on-one with clients and like, that was great. Like I could work with clients one-on-one, grew my business, to a fairly large size, just doing that. But I kept hitting this energetic wall and I finally had to go back to therapy because I kept talking about it. Nothing was happening.
Yeah. And, therapy is very different from energy work.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's still like there's that trauma in the body that you have to, whatever your way to it has to happen.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And we have Jason in the comments.
JL, in the flow, brother. We're in the flow.
So just so our audience knows, we all met this summer. It was so exciting. We met in Connecticut, the most exciting state. And
at least that day it was.
Yes, it was. Oh my God.
It wasn't even that long ago. Feels like it, but it wasn't.
I know. It was just like a month ago. Wow. Time flies. So I'm curious, when your clients come to you, what are the real life things that they're complaining about?
Oh my gosh. Well, visibility is a big one. And just really cycling that trigger self-sabotage loop. Yeah. And they just, no matter what they do, they can't get out of it. And it's exhausting. And, they want to go to the next level. A lot of them are coming to me because they're ready to move up to the next level. And I've been doing that my entire life. My whole life has been about ascension and expansion and moving to the next level, like next level me, next level you. So all the things that go along with that, all of the fears, the responsibility, fear of the responsibility, and like old stuff that is just creeping up, maybe not even consciously for them, but they keep finding themselves looping around and sabotaging and be like inconsistency. I see like, again, the visibility, being seen, being heard, their messaging, they like oh my God, this is a huge one. This is huge. Lack of clarity. So like, this is something I've struggled with, and I didn't recognize it for myself as a trauma response or as a protective response to keep me from going bigger.
Right.
But as long as I convince myself I don't have enough clarity to step out more and bigger, I don't have to.
Right.
Right? So,
Right.
like, clarity is a huge one.
Mhm.
And then they come to me, and then we do some releasing work, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my god, over the weekend, my whole program poured out of me, like, the channels opened up and creativity flowed, and it's like, I got my program now. I got my 90-day program." And I'm like, "Awesome." And then they
Yeah.
go and they do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing that, I mean, it is a trauma response. It's kind of like a fawn,
Mhm.
take care of everyone else, because you
Yep.
don't wanna be too big, you don't wanna be,
Yeah.
like, too next level that makes other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
and it feels scary. It doesn't feel safe. Like, it's for a lot of people, especially women. Like a lot of women that I work with, they don't feel safe taking up space,
Right.
saying it loud, speaking their truth.
Mhm.
The self-worth, I don't matter issues, all of those things that really are the underlying subconscious trappings inside the body.
Yeah.
And what I always say, the beautiful thing about the work that I do, one of the things I love most is we're not revisiting the story or the narrative. It's not
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah.
This is about the body's bringing forward in order of priority what it needs to release to free you. So when the body can let go, you can let go.
Yeah. So
I love that.
what does a session with you look like?
Well, it's purple and hazy
Wait,
aura, like you can see.
I just want to take like a note. If like anyone can like edit just that little video of us going.
The two of we could do it again too. You want us to redo?
3, 2,
Okay.
1. Whoa.
Oh, that would be perfect for Brave Business Lab.
Everyone, that'll be the Halloween edition. I'll do it this Friday.
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
Oh my God. So
So a session with me is they're all done over the phone.
Mhm.
It's one-on-one. So you're in the privacy and in the comfort of your own space. You get to relax. All you have to do is show up and allow. I do everything else. And
Mhm.
so what happens is, we open up with some sound healing to ground you, and then I will connect to you energetically. And I don't know if you've heard of it, but I've used muscle testing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use muscle testing, and I work with a chart, and I'm able to, identify what these emotions are that are lodged in your body
Yeah.
one by one, what age they became trapped, where in the body they're lodged, and then I'm able to release them energetically.
Yeah.
And I'm able to get the answers from your body because I'm connected to you.
Right.
And so I'm asking the yes and no questions and, using the muscle testing. And it's about an hour, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, people just melt into it, they relax, they start to feel lighter, they start feeling energy moving, and, like, I've had people describe all sorts of, crazy stuff, like, one person one time said, "I feel like my fingertips are crying." Like, it's crazy the way that people, because sometimes I'm connected. So if I'm working with you, if we're in
Mhm.
a session, I'm connected to you, I'll take one for the team a lot of the time because I will feel whatever is moving through and out of you.
Right.
And so sometimes I feel things and I'm over here like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. So I have a couple clients who are energy workers
Mhm,
in similar ways, but not the exact same.
mhm,
And I find with them, it's really important to do like clearing for yourself
mhm.
because you do take on some stuff, things go through you. What do you do for self care before and after these sessions?
Oh, absolutely nothing. I don't need to. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
You're
Just
like,
kidding.
excuse me, that's for.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I do, I have sage, and I have, just little rituals that I can do, but really, like, just cleansing, and then I like to sit in stillness and, offer up intentions
Mhm.
for myself, because I love that you brought this up, because any of us, I mean, including you, Katie, like, as a business coach, any kind of coaches or, healers or whatnot, it's really important when we're holding space for other people to also hold space for ourselves,
Yeah.
because everything comes from that.
Mhm.
Right? So if I'm not holding space for myself, so preparing, it doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. It's very simple. It's all intention. Like,
Yeah.
and our intentions are energy because they're thought,
Yeah.
right? So I can just direct the energy, bubble of protection and, all those kinds of things that keep me cleared. But I love to offer up the offering, and especially through gratitude, and thanking the universe for bringing me this beautiful soul
Yeah.
and helping me to be a clear channel for your light, love, and healing. Because it's not, I'm just the channel.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
It's kind of like detaching with love. Take me out of the equation. But this is much easier than in the 3D world with like relationships, detaching with love.
Right.
Yeah.
And your clients, so they come to you mainly for business. I'm sure they see like breakthroughs in other parts of their lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff comes up?
I can talk about, so a lot of, business things that are able to make decisions they were too afraid to make, which is about moving up and expanding. Visibility clients were, one of them was like, she hadn't posted a picture or video of herself for 10 years online. And after 2 sessions, she was posting a video of herself online.
Yeah.
Another client in the visibility program, reached out to say, oh my God, I was at an event and I was asked to speak. I spoke on stage to hundreds of people. And afterwards, somebody came up to me to talk to me about doing a TEDx talk. I mean, after working some sessions around her blocks with visibility. So those are like some business related ones. The personal ones really are just magical, because these are oftentimes it's women that have been silently suffering, still in that trigger, even the trigger trauma loop. I've had a lot of clients with trauma. That's really the space I started in, because those are the people that I knew, because that's the world I come from.
Right.
And women with severe sexual traumas and things like that, who are like, they can't even believe the new level of freedom, that the emotional freedom from the bondage of the past.
Yeah.
I almost feel like crying, because like I experienced it myself, which is what led me to do this work.
Right.
It's priceless. You can't even put a price tag on somebody spending some time doing this work and walking away. Like I call it a full sacred rebirth. It's like having the sacred rebirth happen, because you're untethered from those events from your past. So it affects everything, your relationships. You experience heart opening, where, your communication, your levels of trust, your ability to forgive self and others, receiving, feeling more joy, heavier depressive energies, and the weight gets lifted. The anxieties just kind of calm down. The monkey mind, the chatterbrain quiets down, right? Calms right down. So there's so many things. And then it just allows people to, one of the things I love best is that it allows people to really be more present with themselves, for themselves, which allows them to be more present for their children, their partners, their loved ones. Instead of living like I did for so many years, of just kind of hovering in the body. I never allowed myself to truly land, because it wasn't safe, because of the trauma. So a lot of the people are like this allows them to just come in and just land and now be fully in their bodies. And with manifesting and try to co-create and go out there and build our dreams and achieve them and experience the joy and the freedom that we want to experience in our businesses and our lives, it's really hard for that stuff to come all the way down and ground in us.
Yeah.
If we're just hovering, like I always picture the hoverboard and Back to the Future, like that was me. Like I was on this like energetic hoverboard, like I was never fully landed in my body.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you bring that up. I've been, so, I'm doing 100 days dry, and I actually think I'm probably going to just keep going. But
yeah, how many days are you in?
I'm in the
Where
60s. Somewhere in the 60s. I have an app.
Ooh,
every few days I go in and I plug in, I was dry this day and this day and this day and this day. Thank you. Yeah, no, but it's interesting because, I wasn't a heavy drinker, but you have a stressful day or something weird happens, you call up a girlfriend, you go for a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Or you go to the pub and you have like one beer, and just that one glass of wine or that one beer is enough to numb some of the feelings.
Yeah.
And it's incredible how many feelings I have. You said the monkey chatter. And I'm like, oh, the monkey chatter. They're so stressed out.
Yes. And those are the shifts that can happen is, your reactions to things turn into responses.
Right.
Like I'll have people tell me like they'll experience things right away, but then like the one of the big things people say is triggers are no longer triggers anymore after
Right.
they do the release work with me,
Right. Right.
which
Right.
to me is, again, priceless. But so oftentimes that doesn't necessarily show up until life has to happen and those situations have to present for you to even be in an opportunity to be triggered.
Right.
And then they'll be like, oh my God, like this happened. And normally I would ABC, but this time I XYZ'd. And I didn't even realize it in the moment. But like the next day I was like, wait a minute, like,
Yeah.
like that's part of the freedom is like, you're not like trapped in that
Right.
cycle.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had a very similar experience recently where my trauma comes mainly from dealing with narcissists in my life.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I'm getting way better at
So traumatic.
identifying them. And
It's
I
really
had a
traumatic.
call with someone who I got on the phone, and literally 3 minutes in, I was like, this is a narcissist.
Mhm.
And it was so apparent. I almost asked them
Mhm.
halfway through the phone call, like, have you been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder? I didn't, but like, I was like, no, I don't have to ask. I know.
Because the majority of them have not.
I know, exactly.
Come on, Katie. Oh my God, you're so funny.
But like, and narcissists don't really care about being narcissists because like it doesn't.
Right, of course they're not. Like, yes, I went to my doctor, Katie, and talked to him about this problem. I think I'm a narcissist. What do you think, Doc?
I'm not qualified to diagnose anyone, but to protect yourself, but it is a learning process, and it is something that normally I would have been so triggered around some of his behavior.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, wow, cool. I was able to like kind of put up this wall and be like, no, I'm just going to notice all the things that, check this box for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you finding with the being dry? What do you find? Like, how are you with the being dry? Like, what are you noticing? Is there something different you're noticing for yourself?
I'm noticing, I'm noticing a lot. I have a lot. I like feel very deeply,
Mhm.
And so I'm noticing like I get really happy for things, but the flip side of that is you do get anxiety sometimes, and like the downward spiral of that.
Yeah.
But I'm also learning different ways to manage my energy and to get out of it.
Mhm.
Like different little rituals that I do throughout my day that kind of bring me back to that even keel or above.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I really like it. I'm sleeping so much though.
That's okay.
It's great. I love it. I'm a big fan of sleep.
It reminds me of like when like growing pains, when kids are going through their growing pains, like
Mm-hmm.
growth spurts, they sleep more.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're cleansing or we're detoxing, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, we may sleep more.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Honoring that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I'm really enjoying the process, but it's just interesting.
Yeah.
It
is.
We live in these bodies that change and evolve over time, and we learn certain habits to deal with them, and then we change the habits, and it's like, oh wow, I have a new machine that I'm working with.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been sober for 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
Really long time.
Yeah.
And it even amazes me to hear myself say that out loud. Like that's a long ass time. Like, but like, oh, what a blessing.
Yeah.
What a blessing, because, being an alcoholic addict, like not everybody makes it.
Right.
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
So every day that I have is a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's humbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Humbling. Second chances.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it's, you talk about manifesting, and I mean, alcoholics and addicts are manifesting, but they're manifesting, collision course in their life. Like they're magnificent manifestors. They really
are.
We
are. But that's the thing about manifesting. We are are you guys listening? Whoever's watching, you are always manifesting 24/7. Whether you know it or not, you are manifesting.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do through our thoughts and our emotions.
Yeah.
And our choices.
Yeah.
So be careful what you're thinking. Pay
Mhm.
attention to how you're feeling
Yeah.
and
Well,
be intentional with your choices.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we were raised also
Funny.
to think, okay, well, our emotions are something to be controlled
Ugh.
for other people's comfort level,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's not, instead of, oh, my emotions are to be managed in a way that makes me feel good, that brings good things to me.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, we're not, all the things that they teach in school, there are so many more important things that could be taught because they're
Mhm.
not being taught at home. They weren't taught. A lot of this stuff wasn't, I didn't learn this stuff growing up.
Right.
You didn't talk about anything. Sweeping under the rug, it doesn't exist in my house,
Right.
including my
Mhm.
abuse. It's like, no, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I know you told me, but we're not gonna do anything about that. We're
Right.
gonna pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so the suppression can start very early.
Mhm. Yeah.
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 Yep. For sure.
Mhm. What's if someone were to start doing some energy work and they wanted to work with you or they wanted to like start on their own, what is a beginner thing that they could do?
Really beginner or two things is because there's so much out there available, like material, is breath work.
Mhm.
Breath is life
Yeah.
and water is life. So start hydrating the F out of yourself. Serious. I'm like,
No,
I'm
I love
serious. Like the majority of, especially in this country, the majority of people are walking around dehydrated.
Yeah.
And that causes all sorts of problems. When you think about our brain, so water, our body, water, right?
Right.
So hydrate, 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 especially if you're going to be doing energy work.
Mhm.
Have to extra hydrate with energy work. But you know, breath work, you can find all sorts. There's so many different breath modalities
Mhm.
because the breath is what calls in that pranic life force energy.
Right.
And so you want to breathe that into your body and that's what gives us life. Because when you think about when we pass, we take our last breath. When
Yeah.
there's no breath, there's no life. So the more you want more energy, you want more vitality, you want more connection, you want more and more of this, that, and this, breathe. Because the
Mhm.
majority of people we're shallow breathers.
Yeah.
And that's another huge thing that I've had clients say, wow, I feel like I can breathe for the first time, or I'm able to take a deep breath for the first time in years after
Yeah.
doing this work. So breath work is really, really like pinnacle starting point. And I'm a huge proponent and fan of frequency healing.
What's that?
So
I want to hear
frequency
about
healing.
it.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so cute. I love it.
Oh
So little Katie just came out to play. She's like, oh, what's that? So frequency healing, if you're not familiar, there are the solfeggio frequencies. Now, frequency healing goes back to ancient times. So if you think about chanting, it's basically sound healing. So you think about chanting, you think about sound bowls, gongs, like we're going
Mhm.
back to ancient days.
Yeah.
Those are the earliest. And it's all about, everything in the universe is energy and made up frequencies and energy, right? All energy is frequencies. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands of different frequencies. And all of those frequencies resonate with some part of our mind, body, spirit. So when you think about going to the ocean, why do we always feel so good when we're at the beach? Like we feel so good. And if you don't, I'm sorry, but most of us feel so good when we're at the beach. Why is that? Because the resonance of the frequency at the ocean with the moon and the waves is balancing, and our bodies are coming together with that and balancing out, almost like a pH balance, if you will, of our energy field. So frequency healing allows for us to listen and take in these frequencies. So like you can YouTube frequency healing meditation,
Mhm.
and you can find it for anxiety. You talk about like racing thoughts,
Yeah.
anxiety, sleep, if you're not sleeping well. I mean, I could go on and on, but there's a gazillion of them. Whatever you're experiencing, you can YouTube it, and then you can try out different ones. Make sure you have your earbuds in so you can take in the different levels of the frequencies, and it will recalibrate your bioenergetic field.
Mhm.
And it's amazeballs. And I actually have one, Katie, that I'd be more than happy to gift to you. That is my signature frequency healing meditation. that is, I have as like a freebie for people.
I would love
Um,
that. Thank
yeah,
you.
it's called A Return to Love.
Mm,
And Jason actually created a video to go with it, which is up inside XXO. But it's so beautiful. It's so rich. And it's a 639 hertz, which is all about it's just love. It's like heart chakra and
yeah,
love. It's so beautiful. But it's just a wonderful way to reset, recalibrate, rebalance,
yeah,
calm, really come home inward, to take a moment to ground and to breathe.
yeah.
So those are the two things, breath and frequencies. And because they're easily accessible, like through YouTube, um,
Hmm.
with all the content that's out there. You can get a
Okay.
ton of it for free. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um, and if someone were interested in working with you, what kinds of things do you specialize in, and how would they get in touch with you?
I specialize in, the emotional release energy healing work. I have, a freedom bundle for prepaid sessions, one-on-one. I also have a 6-week beautiful container, which is a combination of the energy emotional release work with intuitive coaching.
Yeah,
And then I have a 6-month powerful creator program that actually is a combination. It's a 6-step system, a combination of the emotional healing energy work combined with a 5-step manifestation system that has 48 modules pre-recorded. Like it's amazing.
yeah,
So a whole bunch of really yummy stuff, depending on what people are really passionate about and really need,
yeah.
and all different levels. So they can start with a freedom bundle and work their way up if they want to,
Mhm.
get a feel for me. Um, but yeah, it's wonderful. And what was the other question? Was there another
Uh,
question? How can they reach me?
yeah, like what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Usually, well, they can obviously, where are we right now? Are we
We
everywhere?
are
Are
in
we on
so many
YouTube?
places. We're in Facebook land,
Oh,
we're
we are.
in LinkedIn land, YouTube, and
Okay.
Twitter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter too.
I know. I don't even have a Twitter like following. I think I have 7 people who
Wow.
follow me.
Tweet, tweet.
And I know.
Wow. Look at you. You're on, she's on
I was like,
Twitter.
I have an account. I can sync it up. That's great. I'm gonna do it. Like,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn, Jen Russman. I'm on Facebook as Jen Russman, but look for Genergy Vibes because I do have another LinkedIn account that's just Jen Russman. You got to find the Genergy Vibes with the little
yeah,
lightning bolt.
yeah.
Um, Website, jenrussman.com. Pretty
Mhm.
simple. Keep in mind, it's an old website. I'm actually revamping and updating a new one. But it's a wonderful place to go to really see some powerful testimonials of
Yeah.
what people experience doing this work and learning more about it. And then my email's right on. There's a contact page right on the website. That's probably the
Okay.
easiest. Just go to the website.
Yeah. Send a
Yeah.
carrier pigeon.
Yeah. Just not historic. Don't send historic though. I'm done with that.
Right.
We're still trying to get the last 2 out. We're like on the edge. We're on the edge of empty nesters.
Oh my God. It was so funny during the pandemic because I was visiting my parents for 2 weeks in the beginning of March of 2020.
Yeah.
And my sister, who at the time was like 29, almost 30, she'd gone back to school. So she was at school. She got sent home. And we were all of a sudden just like 2 30-somethings living with our parents. And our parents just like, I thought we got rid of you guys.
I know. I thought we were done. It's kind of special though, 2020, like the boys are home, the one was a senior in high school, the other a junior. And I really kind of cherished it. We had a
Yeah.
lot of time. So they kept me laughing. I really enjoyed it. I took it in, for whatever. I'm not going to get this time back, so I might as well enjoy it.
No, I did
Yeah.
the math. And really, I mean, if I had continued living in California and only seen my parents for like 1 or 2 weeks, a year, I would have needed 30 more years with them to be
Yeah.
able to spend that time, the same amount of time that I got during the pandemic.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. Cause they're no spring chickens. Like, I don't know if they
Yeah.
have another 30 years in
And
them. It was really
yeah.
nice.
And
Yeah.
that's a really amazing perspective. That's a powerful perspective
Right.
when you put it that way for yourself. Like, wow, I got 30 years worth of time with my parents
Yeah.
in 6 months or whatever it was.
Right.
Talk
Right.
about quantum leaping and collapsing time.
I know.
You are a master manifester, Katie.
Thank you.
love
If
it.
you were to leave like one nugget of wisdom with our audience before we finish tonight, what would that be?
It always is for me, is to listen to and follow your inner knowing.
Hmm.
It's there for you. We all have an inner guidance system, and learning how to understand and navigate it is important, which is also a free guide I'm putting together, which will be available soon. I'm putting the funnel together now for it.
Amazing.
Yeah, understanding your inner guidance system. Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, but follow and listen to your inner knowing.
Yeah.
Because it's how I healed the MS. It's how I've been sober. Like, it's how I've done all the things I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything we need to be successful is already inside of us.
Yep.
Just have to clear some of it away.
Mm-hmm.
Open us up to receive, and then link up with somebody like Katie to get the business structure, strategy, tips, and tactics.
You're gonna
seriously. I mean, but it really, Katie. But seriously, like, it's really, it's all of us have masculine and feminine energy within us, and so it's a balance. It's about balancing. It's not even balancing. I don't like balance. It's a harmonic dance, and so we need both. I needed to heal my feminine energy. And then my masculine energy is now rising to support the feminine energy. So I'm finally getting all my business infrastructure in place with the automation, which I've avoided like the plague.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been this healer coach without a support system for my business, but it's time to scale. So I need it. So my masculine is showing up for it, the doing part. And it's exciting.
Yeah.
But well, and it's,
I love that because, selling is a very masculine energy base. Mm-hmm. And so many women feel uncomfortable leaning into it because it's like, oh God, like I'm going to go and pursue people. And
yeah. But, if we can change our perspective and shift our energy around it and really, really embody, like it's an embodiment, integrate with the energy that like selling is service.
Yeah.
100%. Selling is service. Mm-hmm. Just show up to be of service, coach them through whatever objections or things they're saying to themselves, and the magic will happen. But you got, like, if your energy's right, like that's the thing, like you've got to be in alignment. You have to be a vibrational match for the money and the clients that you want to call in.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, you're going to be up against.
Yeah.
That's huge for selling.
Because you don't actually believe it. You don't believe that you should have this client. You don't believe that you should receive this.
Yeah. Like, I just put together a $5,000 package. I'm going to go sell it. And then and then you're like, but underneath it's like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't sell that.
Yeah.
I can sell $97 like the back of my hand, but $5,000. I mean, but it's a real thing. And I'm making fun of it because it's my own story too. Like, I'm no different, so it's a journey to get there.
Yeah.
So I trust the process. That's the other piece. Trust the process. Trust your inner knowing and trust the process.
Yeah.
And do the work. The inner work.
3 things.
I'll just be direct. Do the work. Oh, can I change my headline? Don't be a weenie and do the inner work.
Yes.
Don't be a weenie and do the inner work.
That's something that, like, I think I did as a joke, and now it's like taken off, and it's like everything. I know. Hot dogs.
I know. Well, we could go to so many places with that one. I love it. I love it though. It's cute, and it was awesome when in Connecticut, turn around and there you were. I was like, yes.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like, we get to have fun in our businesses.
I know.
And there's no better way to get aligned energetically than to have fun in your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of fun and of laughter. Yeah. Laugh. Because if you want to, nothing can shift your energy faster than freaking laughing.
Right.
Well, you want to move energy? Laugh.
It's proven we actually learn more. Our brains are more plastic when we're laughing, when we're having a good time.
Yeah. We say our brains are more plastic. I know what you mean, but it just, like, it makes me, what's that movie where, like, they refer to them, the young people in the high school, as they're plastics. Like,
Mean Girls.
That's the Mean Girls one, right? Yeah.
Tina George and Gretchen Wiener and who else?
Oh my God, so funny.
So funny. Oh my God. I saw it in the theaters when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Oh my God. Well, I probably what year did it come out? I was probably in my 40s when that crap came out. Maybe my 30s. I don't know. I'm 53 now, so I don't know. I've lost count.
It was like 15, 16 years ago.
Was it really?
Maybe longer.
Wow.
No, it'd have to be longer because it'd have to be like 18 years ago.
That's crazy.
I know.
All right, now that makes me feel old. Wow. I have no concept of time.
I know. It's just kind of
No
fun.
concept of time. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
well, like I always say, the older I get, the faster time goes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Jen, this is so much fun. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Talk about this all day.
I hope you'll come back and be with us again.
Absolutely, part 2.
Okay, good. And we'll do
Don't be a weenie and do the inner work. That'll be the title of the next one. You'll die if you go on LinkedIn tomorrow and I have that on my thing. I won't.
We'll have competing hot dog imagery.
I could say don't be a weenus. Oh God.
Oh my God, that's a whole different costume.
I know. Don't be a brat.
Don't be a brat.
Don't be a bratwurst.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
on this note, because I don't like where this is going, you're gonna steal my weenie-ness.
Oh, absolutely not.
I know, I'm joking.
Never. That's yours. It's all you. It's all you, girl. You can have the weenie.
I know. I don't think anyone else is going to be like, I'm going to steal.
Nobody, but see, that's the thing. Nobody else could. You stay in your lane, people. Stay in your lane. I'm staying in mine. I'm Genergy Vibes. Nobody else can do the Genergy Vibes thing but me. Because and it's funny. It started out as part of my name, and then it became a hashtag. And then it kind of took on a branding and it's kind of like the weenie thing. It just kind of took on a life of its own. And now I had people reaching out to me, Katie, and privately protecting me, letting me know, have you seen the J-Lo commercials? She's calling herself Genergy. You have to go trademark that. And I'm like,
oh my God.
It's so funny to me. I'm like, I love you so much for caring. But this really
this is the power of being so energetically aligned that they see J-Lo and they think it's you. It's so powerful.
I know.
Who out there? People are barbecuing Katie.
I had 3 or 4 people reach out to me, and I hadn't, because I don't pay attention. I was like, really? I said, that's cool. I said, but don't worry, babe. It's all good. I said, because anybody can be Genergy, but not anyone can be Genergy Vibes. So I'm not Genergy. I'm Genergy Vibes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You could also superimpose your face onto her.
Oh, I would love that because, give me that bod.
I know.
Because I always say my booty's in my belly and you should see me twerk. It ain't pretty. We'll end it on that. How about that? Weenies and twerking in the belly.
That's amazing. Yes.
That's one of my lines. But you know what? What makes it so funny is it's true. That's what makes it so damn funny is my booty literally is in my belly and you should see me try to twerk.
Yeah. I would pay to see that. Anyway, we'll leave that for part 2.
Yes, Jason, we'll set up the next LinkedIn Live. I'll meet you there, and I will show you my twerking abilities or lack of.
We'll have a twerking contest. I'll twerk.
There you go.
There we go. Jen,
I need to get a lightning bolt costume.
Oh yeah, and we can just dance together.
All right, cool.
All right,
we gotta go.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Jason and LinkedIn user, I never found out who you are. Your privacy but we are really family, so hello. Jen, thank you again for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Katie.
All right. And to everyone who tuned in, thank you for joining. This is day 21 of me going live every day in September. So I'll be keeping this train going. Let's do it. And everyone have an amazing night.
Stay on the rails. Stay on the rails.
Bye.
Bye.